welcome to the property news on Magic Bricks Now, India's first property channel. I'm Amata Balachandra. Let's take a look at the top headlines at this hour. 8 lakh home owners, 1,000 projects in limbo in Mumbai's Kandivali-Malad belt. Behind the delay is a circular that mandates an NOC from the civic body for any construction on defence or COD land. But in the aftermath of Adarsh, BMC chooses to play safe, says it is waiting for clarity from the state. Garbage piles up on Delhi streets as the Aam Aadmi Party government and the BJP-controlled civic bodies pass the buck. Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal has now called for a dedicated 2-day special assembly session to solve the garbage problem. BMC's self-imposed deadline is here and parts of Mumbai seem better equipped. This year, Magic Bricks Now revisits the heart of Mumbai, Dadar, Parel and surrounding areas and found that BMC has in fact finished several pending road repairs. That is in our special series, Is Mumbai Rain Ready? Straight up to our top story, 8 lakh people in Mumbai are stranded and homeless. Now, the reason is a circular that mandates an NOC from the civic body for any construction on defence or COD land. While Mumbai's civic body, the BMC, awaits clarity on the circular issued in the aftermath of the other scam in 2011, home buyers and residents of redevelopment projects are left without a roof. Rishi Deshpande gets us this special report. Kandivali and Malad, kilometers away from Kolaba where the Adarsh society stands. However, homeowners in these areas are reeling from the fallout of the Adarsh scam, where rules were flouted to get politicians and bureaucrats plush homes in a prime address. In the balance is the future of homeowners in 1,400 under construction projects and 500 dilapidated properties awaiting redevelopment. Another 50 building proposals are also stuck, all because of an NOC that is now a prerequisite for construction on defence land.
Since last 5 years we are out of the house. We are in a pathetic condition. The rent has been stopped. We have senior citizens with us. Every 11 months we have to change the resident. The rent is keeping on increasing and it's like the stage has come and we have to commit a suicide.
एक मजाक हो रहा है, बिल्डर ने भाड़ा बंद कर दिया है. अब हम कहाँ जाएं? बीएमसी में जाते हैं तो बोलते हैं हमको सीओडी से परमिशन नहीं है. बिल्डर के पास जाते हैं तो बोलते हैं हमको बीएमसी से परमिशन नहीं है. हम लोग तो समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा है कि करें क्या. अब रेंट बंद है, कई फैमिलीज इंक्लूडिंग माई फैमिली सर्वाइव करना मुश्किल है. रेंट नहीं दे पा रहे हैं, पॉलिटिशियन के चक्कर मार रहे हैं, बीएमसी के चक्कर मार रहे हैं, सिर्फ चक्कर ही मार रहे हैं, कोई रिजल्ट नहीं मिल रहा है.
हमारे बिल्डिंग की हालत इतनी ख़राब है कि कभी गिरेगा वो हमको पता नहीं. हम अभी बच्चे को भी अकेले छोड़ नहीं सकते, वो भी हमको डर लगता है कि हम बाहर जाएंगे, बिल्डिंग में छत गिरेगा, बच्चे लोग को कुछ हो जाएगा तो जिम्मेदारी कौन लेगा.
Around 1,136 acres of land in Malad and Kandivali belong to the Defence Ministry. A government circular issued in 2011 in the aftermath of Adarsh made it mandatory for all construction on such land to seek an NOC from the state. This has impacted construction in new projects and in redevelopment projects as well. In fact, construction has stopped midway in a number of buildings in these localities after the circular was issued. With no clarity from the state or the BMC, developers too are at a loss and have stopped work.
The clear guidelines coming from the state government or the UD has not come in that part. It says a considerable decision, but they need a further clarification on part of it.
The major issue we are facing is I have completed my building up to ground plus 3 and further I am not getting any permissions. I am making huge financial losses and the time will come when I will be completely evacuated with finance and then I'll have to start the project and I won't have the fundings.
Meanwhile, residents and home buyers are bearing the brunt of the delay. The COD Sufferers Association, yet to be registered, has now approached the local MLA to speed up the process.
We have made appeal to the Chief Minister. We asked him to scrap this 2010 circular because of it is mandatory on local self-government to take NOC or at least their comments, their suggestion from defence establishment. Once Chief Minister is cancelled or annulled that 2010 circular, then I think that this issue will be resolved for permanently.
Now, we spoke to the Mumbai Municipal Corporation and they said that this matter requires further clarification from the Maharashtra State Urban Development Department with a circular that states that the BMC can go ahead and explicitly and clearly issue a no objection certificate to these buildings within the vicinity of COD. The BMC further added that the COD has been sent certain building proposals which are stuck in this area, but due to some reason they are held up at the Central Ordnance Department, and this is the reason due to which the BMC cannot go ahead and issue clearances for the same. This is Ruchi Deshpande in Mumbai for Magic Bricks Now.
Shifting focus to the national capital now, as Delhi battles a growing garbage crisis, the state government and 3 municipal corporations pass the buck. The situation has got so bad that the Chief Minister has now called for a special 2-day assembly session to discuss garbage. Deepa Rana sent us this report.
This is the condition of the national capital and the streets in the national capital. I'm standing in East Delhi, which is one of the worst affected areas in terms of garbage crisis. Now, the Delhi government has sent notices to the municipal corporations. About 178 notices have been sent by the Delhi government and the Supreme Court's various judges. The condition has gone from bad to worse as the garbage crisis is growing in Delhi. Despite the Supreme Court's order to start vacuum cleaning immediately, on ground no vacuum cleaning has been done. The burning of garbage continues, the dust pollution continues, and this is the time when the situation has gone so bad that the PWD Minister and the Health Minister Satyendra Jain has called a special session for the Delhi government. Now, the Delhi government is going to review the municipal corporation's performance in these 2-day session, which is going to be held on June 9 and 10. Now, this assembly session is going to be crucial as the Delhi government is going to review how the municipal corporations have fared, as the Supreme Court has also asked various 3 municipal corporations in the national capital as to why there is unsatisfactory and bad cleanliness in their blocks. On the other hand, the LG-led municipal corporations are blaming the Delhi government for the current garbage crisis in the national capital, but neither the Delhi government or the municipal corporations have done anything to better the conditions of garbage on ground. With monsoon approaching, the situation is going to get more worse day by day, and the garbage crisis is only going to grow and haunt the citizens in terms of diseases which are going to be caused after the monsoon arrives in the national capital. Deepa Rana for Magic Bricks Now in East Delhi.
दिल्ली में साफ़ सफाई तो बिल्कुल नहीं है, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है, और इसका खमियाजा दिल्ली की जनता को भुगतना पड़ रहा है।
जब तक सेंट्रल का और दिल्ली की दोनों सरकारों का आपस में कोऑर्डिनेशन सही नहीं होगा, तब तक इस समस्या का कोई समाधान नहीं है।
जो हमारे यहाँ के एमएलए साहब हैं, कोई कभी आए नहीं, सारा कूड़ा कचरा रहता है। नितिन त्यागी है साहब हैं, कोई वो रिस्पॉन्स नहीं देते यहाँ के। ये है
दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट, तो मुझे नहीं लग रहा है, बस बातें या एडवर्टाइजमेंट दी जा रही है। आई थिंक जितना एडवर्टाइजमेंट पे ये लोग पैसा खर्च कर रहे हैं, अगर वो काम पे ध्यान दे तो मुझे लग रहा है इससे कहीं ज़्यादा बेटर हो सकता है।
स्वच्छ अभियान ऐसा कुछ है नहीं। अगर इस तरीके से कूड़ा रहेगा तो नेचुरली सभी लोग बीमार होंगे। जिस तरीके से आजकल बीमारियां फैल रही हैं, गर्मी का मौसम में बीमारियां तो होंगी, और थोड़े दिन बाद बारिश होगी, उसके बाद तो सारी बीमारियां शुरू हो जाएंगी, तो इसलिए सफाई होनी ज़रूरी है।
While Delhi is grappling with garbage crisis, the BMC seems to have learnt no lessons in Maximum City, Mumbai. It's been 3 months since the fire at the dump yard left citizens choking for fresh air. When the crisis made headlines, government authorities, in a bid to do some damage control, had made a number of promises. Magic Bricks Now was the first channel to cover the Deona fires. Now, after 3 months, we return to do a reality check. Listen in to this report from my colleague Aishwarya Palwal, who's been tracking the story from day one.
The promise that BMC had made to the various citizens of Chembur and to the citizens of Mumbai regarding Deona dumping ground have turned out to be hollow. BMC had promised that they will put stern measures in place. They'll make sure that Deonar becomes a prohibited area and that people are not allowed to go in and go out of this place. But as you can see behind me, all these measures have not been put in place. Now, this wall was supposed to be constructed to prevent people from entering this dumping ground. But as you can see behind me, little work has been done on this spot. Another thing that has happened was that BMC had promised that they will install CCTV cameras on this wall to keep a watch on the people who come in and go out, but that has also not happened. Now, we got in touch with a couple of residents close by, and they told us that they are disappointed by the way in which BMC has handled this case. Now, let me remind you that 3 months back, massive fires had taken place in this dump yard, and those fires had pushed Mumbai's pollution levels to alarming points. Residents say that they are utterly disappointed and that they are looking at taking action against the way that BMC has handled this issue.
Moving on, it looks like we will have to wait a little longer for cheaper home loans. The Reserve Bank of India announced its bi-monthly policy review and kept the repo rate unchanged at 6.5%. However, RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan did point out that banks have not transmitted RBI's previous rate cuts completely. He termed it work in progress. Listen in to what Dr. Rajan said.
We also noted that the transmission of policy into bank lending rates still remains work in progress. We will shortly review the operation of the marginal cost lending rate framework to iron out any issues, and we also believe that timely capital infusion into constrained public sector banks will also aid credit flows.
And to reiterate what Governor Rajan said, since January 2015, RBI has reduced its repo rate by 1.5%, but banks have only slashed lending rates by a mere 0.65%. Take a look at what major banks are charging you for your home loans right now. Moving on to our special series, Is Mumbai Rain Ready? This weekend brought the first showers of rain to a sweltering Mumbai. While residents welcomed the respite it brought from the heat, these rains also underline the urgency to get the city ready to weather the monsoons. As promised, Magic Bricks now is keeping a close tab on the work that BMC is doing to make Mumbai rain ready. Earlier today, I revisited Dadar, Parel and Curry Road. The BMC has completed work in Hind Mata near Dadar. The same goes for Parel, where a long stretch of road which was still underway a week ago near MD College has now been completed. Work on Curry Road, on the other hand, is moving at a fast pace. Will this stretch of Mumbai that houses small business hubs be better equipped this monsoon? I did a ground check at Hind Mata near Dadar, one of the worst affected areas during the monsoon. Take a look. Magic Bricks now visited the same place at Hind Mata a week ago and found that there were 4 pumps that were still being installed at that point in time. As you can clearly see behind me, that work has now been completed by the BMC. We also see that there are 2 additional pumps. There are workers to make sure that during flooding season it's not that bad as it is every year. However, when we spoke to residents and shopkeepers of the area, they are not very sure that this year is going to be any different at all. They say that this is the case every year. This is the promise that BMC makes every year. However, they also say that it is too premature to see to say anything at this point in time, considering BMC has done some sort of work. This time, good news is that the work that they had set out for has now been completed, and it is too premature to talk about it now. That is something that we'll have to wait and watch, of course, for the first showers to take place in this area to gauge whether it makes any difference in this area at all. This is Amata Balachandra for Magic Bricks Now. Now, shopkeepers in the area believe that it is too premature to talk about whether the work conducted by the BMC is going to make any difference at all this monsoon. Listen in.
एवरी ईयर पानी आता है यहाँ पे बारिश में, और फ्लडेड फर्स्ट आई थिंक वेरी फर्स्ट न्यूज़ में जो आता है हमेशा हिंद माता का फर्स्ट नंबर आता है, और काफ़ी कुछ हद तक नुकसान भी होता है यहाँ पे। और इस साल बोल रहे सब लोग कि शायद पानी नहीं भरेगा। हम लोग गए भी थे बीएमसी ऑफिस में, उनको रिक्वेस्ट भी की थी, सब बताया था, तो वो बोल रहे लगभग यहाँ पे पानी नहीं भरेगा। काफ़ी हद तक हमने कोशिश की है, पाइपलाइन काफ़ी चेंजेस किए हैं, लेकिन आई डोंट थिंक सो अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, क्योंकि इतने साल से 20 साल से हम देख रहे हैं, अप्रोक्स मैं 20 साल से देख ही रहा हूँ, यहाँ पानी बढ़ता ही है, दुकानों में पानी आता ही है और नुकसान होता ही है यहाँ पे।
हर साल होता है तो भी पूरा ये बढ़ता ही है, उससे काम से भी कुछ वो ये नहीं रहता है। हर साल पानी बढ़ता ही है, इस साल भी बढ़ने वाला ही है।
काम तो हुआ है बराबर, लेकिन थोड़ा डाउट है कि जब भी बारिश आता है तभी समुद्र में भरती रहता है, तो पानी जाने को लगे तकलीफ होती है, इसलिए पानी तो थोड़ा डाउट है कि भरेगा।
हर साल पानी इतना भरता है कि इसके ऊपर पानी चले जाता है और फिर उसके बाद में हम लोग ऊपर चढ़ा के चले जाता है, फिर भी माल तो खराब होता ही है। और ये लोग ने काम किया है, मुझे नहीं
Magic
लगता
Bricks
है।
now will revisit all the areas we highlighted last week to ensure BMC does its job, gets Mumbai rain ready. Meanwhile, you need to do your bit as well as a citizen. If your area is flooded, if you get stuck in a train or a car because of waterlogging, or if there is a tree that has fallen somewhere which is holding up traffic, and if you're there, take pictures, videos, location tag them and tweet or email them to us. Post it on our Facebook page. We have got an assurance now from the BMC that they will act on information we send them. So we will reach out to them and track the action they take. Reach out. Magic Bricks now will help you weather the monsoon. Meanwhile, in Mumbai, residents formed a human chain to protest against infrastructure projects posing a threat to the environment. Key projects that residents highlighted as threats include the ambitious Coastal Road project and the controversial metro car shed at RA. Activists also opposed several points in the Mumbai draft development plan, calling them deliberate errors. I was at the protest and I caught up with a couple of activists who voiced their angst against the DP. Listen in.
We have demanded on behalf of all the slum dwellers and housing rights movements that the slum land be reserved for affordable housing. Now just imagine the slum land, if redeveloped or the way it's being redeveloped, if it's restricted to affordable housing, would give you 10 lakh housing units. In addition to that, we have Mahada land, Mahada colonies which are undergoing redevelopment with higher FSI. And if Mahada land is redeveloped with affordable housing thrust, then we have another 4 lakh housing units. So we would be able to produce 14 lakh housing units in the affordable category on land which belongs to the state government.
First of all, we ignore the slum dwellers, 60%, and then we parcel out natural areas and NDZ to private developers in the guise of slum rehabilitation. I think this is quite a fraud for the 60%. I mean, where does the poor guy go? He has no option but to live in the city. He has nowhere to go, no roof over his head, and the government has abandoned him for commercial benefit. I think that is a travesty of justice that should be rectified.
On the coastal road, I have a fundamental question. Who is it being built for? Because you are planning a huge expense of almost 12,000 crores for usage of cars, which caters to a minuscule population of Mumbai. If that question is answered, then we can discuss the coastal road.
See, our basic contention is that the plan for Mumbai, or for that matter any city, must be a participatory plan. The plan ought to be democratized, which means you don't take the opinion of people at the end of the plan, having made up your mind, having drawn up the plans, having spent over years of time, but you actually start engaging people right from inception.
Moving on to interiors now. When we look for decorations or designs for our home, many a time we're unable to picturize exactly how it would look in our homes. We might choose a shade of paint or a new sofa or accessories that may look lovely in the store but may not add that wow factor to our home. So if you've always wanted to see how exactly your home decor purchase will look in your home, then take a look at INV, a contemporary home decor store where you can virtually experience how the designs would look at your home.
So currently we're standing in the bedroom, right? In a bedroom setup. Let's go through it one by one.
Sure.
What all is there on the shelf in this particular room?
Absolutely. I would like to start with this headboard right at the back and the bed. The headboard, as you see, is an oversized headboard which is hand tufted. It's all made of genuine 100% Italian leather coming in from one of the best tanneries in Italy. I mean, it's really that blending of, the European style with the Indian, like accents. Like if you see that gold petal table lamp,
Yeah.
you know, it's a very Indian look which we've tried to mix in with that whole modern Italian look. So if you see, that is all working together. And then the textiles, again, are very neutral and subtle. And then just to give a bling, we have a bling like a beaded sequin pillow right in the middle.
Yeah.
So this really kind of brings out the luxury in the bed.
Yeah. And how about the price if we have to sort of...
The price of the bed, like this complete whole setting as to talk about, is in the range of about 5 lakh rupees.
Okay. And individually, if it's that lamp?
Individually, that lamp is going to be about 21,000 rupees.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then another major highlight of this bedroom, I would say, is, you know, we've really tried to match it and show how it can be matched. Like there is a dresser at the back over there.
Yes.
And then we have a matching mirror. And another highlight is a Diamantini Domenicini clock from Italy over there, which is one of the favorite with all the people throughout. Even in our Delhi store in Chandigarh, here, we've had a tremendous response on it. We can't keep it in stock.
Yeah. Well, Nitin, I really think it's a good concept where you let your customers have a fair idea of how things would look like once they're placed in their respective houses. For example, as you pointed, the cabinet, just behind me out,
Right.
it really goes well with the whole setting and the color palette. Now, could you just elaborate a bit more on that cabinet behind?
See, the cabinet again is a combination of 100% leather, which is from Italy. It's got a high gloss and it's got a mirror on top.
Yeah.
So it's again, I love playing with the materials. So at INV, you would find a mix of materials rather than just a solid piece, you know, to give it that interesting edge. And again, you know, given that whole luxurious feel to it.
And how about the price of both the products?
The chest of drawers would be about 1,80,000 and the clock is going to be about 48,000 rupees.
So Nitin, this is the passage you were talking about,
Absolutely.
which is the highlight of the store.
Yeah.
Now tell me, what are those elements that make it so beautiful?
See, firstly, I love the way we've done the flooring, which is a very classic black and white checkered flooring, which I love. I mean, it has really given a lot of design dimension to this whole passage. It's a narrow passage, really lifts up. The ceiling which we have done is in a curved shape, and we have the two chandeliers. Right entrance, like it's like your foyer or your gallery when you enter, and then we have the two furniture pieces. One is a console, one is a chest of drawers with a very nice high gloss and mother of pearl in it. And right at the back, if you see, we've got this now distressed wood and mirror on top,
Glass,
and then the crystal piece. And back over there, we have the marble hand, which I love, and I think we've got a phenomenal response. It's a marble piece, and you should really try and sit on it because it's so comfortable, despite being made from marble. And normally, you would not really feel that marble is comfortable, you know, like it's stone. The price for that one is 2 lakh rupees for a set of two, because you know we have a hand which is facing towards, it's a right and the left hand.
Okay.
So the best part is when you buy two of them and you have facing each other, it makes a perfect combination.
Yeah. Now that bed, I think, is the highlight of the lobby, even though it's not in the lobby, but right there, it's in anyone's vision.
That is a very old vintage wood which we found, and it was like a wall panel. That's why we got the idea of converting it into a complete bed, and a 4-poster bed for that matter.
Yeah.
So that's where if you see, it has the modern straight lines, and yet the carving really stands out. It's got that vintage white finish added to it.
And how much would this antique looking bed cost?
This antique looking bed is priced at 3,50,000 rupees.
Well, I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. Here, what we are showing is primarily, you know, there's a dining setting, and all our dinnerware collections are housed in this section. Starting from cutlery to glasses to dinnerware, your dinner plates, bottles, crystal glasses which you can place on your dining tables, and we have the best brands from around the world. Versace is a brand which people are very synonymous with, although I would say Zwiesel, when we speak about the quality, the product speaks for itself. Every brand which we have their own characteristics.
And when you're in a dining space, definitely the masterpiece has to be the dining table set. And this is clearly one. Now tell me, what all has gone into it to make it look so royal?
See, it's basically what we have done here is a high gloss lacquer, and black is kind of a statement color, which we can obviously change as per the customer's requirement at INV. And we've got 100% linen in ivory color for this chairs. And this is again a very classical style, but if you see, we've completely given it a modern twist by treating it with high gloss lacquer.
With that, it's a wrap on this edition of the Property News, but a quick programming reminder to all our viewers: don't forget to watch our exclusive interaction with TMC Commissioner Sanjeev Jaiswal. Catch the complete interview on Friday, the 10th of June on the Urban Debate between 9 and 10 p.m. Thank you for watching.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.